The bigger the battery, the better the battery life. This is usually meant to be the case, but there's this one thing that iPhone has debunked in pretty much every single battery drain test that we've done as it punches above its weight. Now in comes the Honor Magic 6 Pro to debunk this and prove otherwise. So let's find out in this extreme battery drain test between the Honor Magic 6 Pro, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Let's get into it. Now when it comes to the battery and internal specs, the Honor Magic 6 Pro is packing a huge 5,600 mAh battery, and it is internally powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. For the Galaxy S24 Ultra, it is packing a 5,000 mAh battery, and it is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 mobile platform built for Galaxy chipset. And for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it is approximately packing a 4,442 mAh battery, and it is powered by the Apple A17 Pro 3nm chipset. Now for the display, performance, and battery settings, starting with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. With the display, it is set in its default 1080p mode out the box with the adaptive 120Hz mode enabled. And when it comes to the performance profile, it is set in the standard performance profile. Anything that will hold back performance, we have disabled this in the power saver mode to make sure we are getting maximum performance all the way through from beginning to end, and this is for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. For the Honor Magic 6 Pro, the display resolution has been set to high and the refresh rate to dynamic. Any performance limiters within the battery settings like Ultra Power Saver mode and Performance mode have all been disabled to make sure that we get the maximum performance from beginning to end when battery draining the Honor Magic 6 Pro. And for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the battery health is at 100%, so we should be getting optimal performance all the way through. Now for the display brightness on all these devices, any form of adaptive or automatic display brightness settings have been disabled, and I've manually tried to calibrate the display as close to 200 nits as possible. And even for the Galaxy S24 Ultra in the advanced settings, for the bright feature for when watching videos, this has also been disabled as well. So this should be as close as possible when it comes to brightness all the way through. At the time of this recording, all these devices on the latest software. And of course, the merch store is now live, so check the link in the description below and get yours. And with our extreme battery drain test, we are running this on mobile data only with no Wi-Fi option. With that out of the way, let's get into this extreme battery drain test. Let's start things off with this ultimate battery drain test between the Honor Magic 6 Pro, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Boy, this is gonna be a heavy hitter one because damn, was I shocked? And I know I say this all the time, but this particular one, I promise you, you are in for an absolute treat because the results, man, it took me by surprise. But yes, of course, we've got this set up mobile data only. So you're going to be pretty much seeing it with no Wi-Fi options as we take it through the apps that we do to see how they perform. Let's put the magnifiers on the battery status and obviously the signal status so we can see clearly what's happening in real time. And again, I shot this as one continuous video with no breaks, no crossfades. It's only sped up in the parts that it needs to, so this video isn't actually the full length of what I had to endure, which started at 6 p.m. So yeah, let's get into it with the first interval being an hour of TikTok, and TikTok does have an auto scroll feature, so it does help to automate this section of it. Yes, you do see ads, so you have to then scroll up, but overall it does come through very easy and straightforward. And of course, TikTok is the wicked wild west, as I always say. So if you want to see more vertical form content there from us, short form, medium, then definitely follow us there at Lover of Tech BA. But yeah, an hour through TikTok and you can pretty much see where things are planning out. You've been here before. You can pretty much kind of predict what's going to happen in terms of results between the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Galaxy S24 Ultra. But how far is this 5,600 mAh battery going to stretch for the Honor Magic 6 Pro? Now, starting this at this first interval is 87% battery on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, 93% battery on the Honor Magic 6 Pro, and then the iPhone 15 Pro Max is 93% battery, temperature reading of 36.6 degrees on the Galaxy S24 Ultra with minus 12% battery loss, 35.1 degrees Celsius on the Honor with minus 7% battery loss, and 35.8 degrees Celsius on the iPhone with minus 7% battery loss. So right now we're looking at it and it looks like the most efficient one that we had is on the iPhone and the Honor Magic 6 Pro. What happens next? We'll move over to the next interval, which is an hour of Instagram Reels. And I say, man, Instagram is literally the place where I keep up with friends and family the most. How? Memes, man. If you didn't realize that, that's one of the ways that I do to keep up with a lot of people that, man, sometimes I'm having a separate conversation on Instagram when it comes to DMs and memes compared to like instant messages. So if you want to see a lot behind the scenes of how I get down when it comes to recording and even sometimes doing live editing, yeah, follow us on Instagram, which is loveroftech_BA. But yeah, Instagram tends to be a heavy hitter when it comes to Reels compared to TikTok. And at this stage, the 73% battery on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, 85% battery on the Honor, 77% battery on the iPhone, and the temperature is 37.2 degrees Celsius on the Samsung, and then 33.9 degrees Celsius on the Honor. Nice and cool. I like that. And then the iPhone is 38.0 degrees Celsius. Now, when it comes to battery loss, it is 15% battery loss on the Samsung, 8% battery loss on the Honor, 16% battery loss on the iPhone. So, wow. It looks like the efficiency on the Honor is really good, optimized for the battery as well as the chipset and the software per app. Next is meant to be one of the most intensive parts of our battery drain test, which is Instagram Live, co-collaborative Instagram Live across these devices. And this is something I do on a regular basis when it comes to jumping on with other creators that do what they do. We interact with our audience, and there's a lot of things that I do that are really nice. And I like to get you guys as company when I'm doing things on my own when it comes to editing. And at this particular stage, when we get to this interval, the S24 Ultra is at 50% battery, 44.0 degrees Celsius, and minus 23% battery loss. Whereas the Honor Magic 6 Pro, wow, 71% battery, temperature 39.9 degrees Celsius, and a loss of minus 14%, while below, just 0.1 degree below 40. Amazing. And then for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 57% battery, temperature reading of 40.4 degrees Celsius, minus 21% battery loss. So yeah, things are cooking up on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but my goodness, the efficiency on the Honor Magic 6 Pro kind of tells me that it's about to take me the distance. So yeah, this is no joke when it comes to what the battery is producing when it comes to the Honor Magic 6 Pro. Next interval is an hour of long form YouTube, and this is with our definitive camera comparison between the iPhone 15 Pro Max, Galaxy S24 Ultra, and a Pixel 8 Pro, and this is being buffered at 4K 60. This is going to be the toughest part when it comes to modem, data, display, and yeah, it pretty much shows that sometimes here and there across all three devices, yeah, there was buffering. And this is the unpredictability of doing our mobile data compared to Wi-Fi. Things are much more extreme and intense. And at the end of this interval, we're looking at the Samsung with 33% battery, a temperature reading of 37.0 degrees Celsius, and a loss of minus 17%. And the Honor Magic 6 Pro, 58% battery, a temperature reading of 36.2 degrees Celsius, which is cooler, and a minus 13% battery loss. Wow. And then the iPhone is at 38% battery, temperature reading of 37.6 degrees Celsius, minus 19% battery loss. Ouch. Apple took a big hit on this one, and my goodness, the efficiency run on the Honor is still really good. The low double-digit percentages, I'm liking this for sure. This part is YouTube music, and we're gonna go an hour on one of my favorite rap albums of all time, as people know. But if you don't know and you're here for the first time, then be sure to like, subscribe, and turn the notifications so you don't miss any future videos like this on the Lover of Tech channel. Kanye West's College Dropout Man resonates to me, and this carries me through. And Never Let You Down was a track that was ringing, where it's like, when it comes to being truly the one thing I found, I will never let you down. You as my audience, trust me, I'm putting my heart into this. I'm not gonna let you down when it comes to these comparisons. Fair and square, straight to the point, and putting my heart in all of it. Now, at the end of this interval, it's 23% battery on the Samsung, 32.0 degrees Celsius, and then it's a minus 10% battery loss, and then 48% battery on the Honor, 33.2 degrees Celsius, and minus 10% battery loss. And then when it comes to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it's 20% battery, temperature reading of 36.6 degrees Celsius, minus 18% battery loss. Man, the iPhone doesn't like YouTube music at all, but hey, I'm on YouTube Premium, and with YouTube Premium, you get YouTube music with it as well. Next interval, what we're looking at here is Twitter Spaces, and this is simulating Twitter Spaces where, again, lots of conversations happen on there. It's something I do on a regular basis where there's lots of different discussions, jump on, speak with the audience, speak to other creators as well, and just be on topics. And this one tends to be a heavy hitter. across the board, especially on the Android devices, and you can see it drained like massively when it comes to what you're seeing on the S24 Ultra and even, my goodness, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. But on the Magic 6 Pro is holding it down, because at this interval, what we're looking at here is 12% battery on the Samsung and the temperature reading of 35.2 degrees Celsius, minus 11% battery loss. Ooh. And we're looking at the on the Magic 6 Pro, battery reading is 38%, temperature reading of 34.6 degrees Celsius, minus 10% battery loss. And then the iPhone 15 Pro Max is on 8% battery, 35.4 degrees Celsius, minus 12% battery loss. Ooh, this is gonna get heated. Is this gonna be the moment that finally Samsung gets revenge? Is it revenge of the Galaxy? Oh my goodness. Is this gonna be the time when we go into the next interval, which is one of the most intense parts next to live streaming? 4K 60 recording for an hour continuous, crazy. And we've kicked things off. After 10 minutes past the 6-hour mark, 8% battery on the Samsung, 35% battery on the Honor Magic 6 Pro, 5% battery on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Is Samsung gonna win? Oh, something tells me Samsung is finally going to actually get the dub over iPhone this time round. For how many different battery drain tests that we've done, it's always been down to the wire. Is it gonna be optimized enough for it to hold its own at the next interval? 6 hours and 15 minutes, 6% battery on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, 2% battery on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it's 32% battery on the Honor. Boy, the Honor's just chilling. It's like, listen, I'm gonna just watch you lot duke it out, because me, I'm in the league on my own. But right now, we're seeing, is Samsung gonna get its revenge? Is it gonna get its dues? Is it going to be in a place where finally it claws back and says, yes, I'm gonna win this? 1% battery, 4% on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Oh my gosh, the iPhone does finish first. 6 hours, 19 minutes, and 21 seconds with a final temperature reading of 42.0 degrees Celsius. Samsung won. Let me just take a step back. Oh my goodness. We just got a dub from Samsung with the Galaxy S24 Ultra after many tries. 2% battery left. 6 hours and 20 minutes compared to 30% battery on the Honor Magic 6 Pro. Samsung finally got the dub over Apple when it comes to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is crazy. I told you it was going to be unpredictable. Last 1%. When is the Galaxy S24 Ultra going to be finishing? And it wraps itself up at the 6-hour mark, 21 minutes and 4 seconds with a final temperature reading of 42.8 degrees Celsius. Second place goes to Samsung. What's good, people? Samsung Knights, Samsung fanboys, let's stand up. We finally got the dub over the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Yes. I know it's been a long time coming. Maybe you start to learn and pick up. Now, at this stage, you've got a temperature reading of 45.3 degrees Celsius on a Magic 6 Pro. This is crazy. This is crazy. Third place goes to the iPhone, 6 hours, 19 minutes and 21 seconds. And then second place goes to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. At this point, though, it's the Honor Magic 6 Pro show, and we are just here to participate and watch, because it was just like, hey, let me just duke it out with these two. Now, 6 hours and 30 minutes, 26% battery, 45.2 degrees Celsius for the temperature reading. At this point, I have full confidence that it's going to be chilling all the way through to the gaming. But you see, at the time of this recording, the best battery that I've experienced with our extreme battery drain test scenario has been the Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro. Mouthful of a name, yes. And that's got a 5,500 mAh battery, same chipset, and that went for about 7 hours and 10 minutes. Is this gonna be the new battery champ in this extreme battery drain test on mobile data only? Here? All right, let's see. So at this point, 19% battery, 45.7 degrees Celsius at the 6 hours and roughly 45-minute mark, getting into the 7-hour mark interval. And at this point, considering I started at 6 p.m., I knew this Honor Magic 6 Pro was going to be taking me the distance. And let's see how we finish off when we get to the next interval. At the 7-hour mark, 14% battery, a temperature reading of 44.4 degrees Celsius, minus 24% battery loss. This is the biggest deficit because the highest was minus 14, but we've made it. Gaming, Asphalt 9, how far are we stretching it? And at this point, when we get to the 7-hour mark, 15 minutes, we look at it and it's on 9% battery. Ooh, considering it started at 14% battery, man, we've got a loss of 5 here. So how far is it going to be stretching? At this point, I thought, you know what? It's now the new champ. It's beating the Asus ROG Phone 8. What more do you want from me? Magic 6 Pro, how far are you going to be taking it? Boy, it's going to take it far. Let me tell you that. Very deceptive. And when we get to the 7-hour, 30-minute mark approximately, we've got 2% battery left. And we're getting a temperature reading at this interval of 42.1 degrees Celsius. And I just kept checking it because I just couldn't believe this is the battery life that we're getting. This is the first phone in this extreme scenario with mobile data only and no Wi-Fi that was getting this type of performance. And at this point, at the 7-hour, 34-minute mark approximately is when we've got 1% battery. And I thought, okay, at 1% battery at this point, it's going to die any moment. Yeah, right? If stubborn on battery was a person, this Honor Magic 6 Pro is taking a crown. And how far can 1% go? 7-hour and 45-minute mark. At this point, I'm thinking, whoa, 41.7 degrees Celsius temperature reading. How far is it going to be going? Is it going to actually make it into the 8-hour mark? Okay, last 1% of what we're getting here. And I get a notification at this point just before the 7-hour, 46-minute mark saying that, hey, your battery is critically low. It's going to be shut down in 60 seconds. How? How much more critically low can you be than 1%? 0%. I've never seen a phone indicate 0%. I had to keep checking it. I kept checking it. I kept checking it. I kept checking it. And I'm like, how are you still going on 0%, bruh? You need to shut down. And at this point, it's close to 2 a.m. in the morning. Considering I started at 6 p.m., I was losing it. I thought this Honor Magic 6 Pro is stubborn as hell. Like, it's distancing itself from the others way past. And at this point, I was on the clock. I was waiting for it to shut down. And then when it got to that point, it finally did. At 7 hours, 46 minutes, and 48 seconds with a final temperature reading of 41.6 degrees Celsius. And let me tell you, I wasn't even sure that it shut off. I was just fiddling on the phone checking, hey, is it actually really off? And it was. Boy, this is extremely good battery life. So in third place is the iPhone 15 Pro Max with a finishing time of 6 hours, 19 minutes, and 21 seconds. First time it's experienced this, the iPhone is in third place. It's usually the one that punches above his weight. It's usually the one that's always getting the double over the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but not this time around. It gets a dose of its own medicine. It's in third place with a finishing time of 6 hours, 19 minutes, and 21 seconds. And in second place, by close to an extra 2 minutes ahead of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, is the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And Samsung fans, including myself, let's gather, let's say this. A win is a win. A win is a win. This is a big win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra because usually it's the one just trailing behind the iPhone by a couple of minutes. Sometimes it's a bigger margin than it should and it's a surprise, but this time round, a win is a win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's in second place with a finishing time of 6 hours, 21 minutes, and 4 seconds. And in first place, and at the time of this recording, your new reigning extreme battery draining champ, the Honor Magic 6 Pro. And wow, this is with a finishing time of 7 hours, 46 minutes, and 48 seconds. Put that into context, that's an extra hour and 42 minutes or close to 2 hours ahead of the pack of extra usage. And this is heavy usage. Lord knows how that's going to be when it comes to light usage with and without extreme power saving modes. And compared to the previous Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro, which has a 5,500 mAh battery, this broke past it by an extra 36 minutes. This is incredible. This is what I call exceptional battery life. I am thoroughly impressed. This is a good look for the Honor Magic 6 Pro with a finishing time of 7 hours, 46 minutes, and 48 seconds. What an absolute champ of a battery we have here on the Honor Magic 6 Pro, and the Galaxy S24 Ultra actually managed to get a win over the iPhone 15 Pro Max when it comes to this extreme battery drain test that we run. Were you surprised by the results, or were you just pretty much expecting it to go the distance the way it did with the Honor Magic 6 Pro? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Keep it
moving your body. I'll be DJ that turn this party party. I'll play your favorite song. Girl, I know you need on. I'll keep you moving your body. I'll be DJ that turn this party party.